Have you ever noticed how weird the flavors of some cookie run cookies can get? Take a look at this. Star coral cookie? Yep, made of coral. All of the legendaries are abstract concepts at best. Oh hey, that's literally me! Even some of the more common cookies are like this. Oh hey, that's literally me! There's a lot more where that came from. If you look at the character list for too long, you'll have more questions than answers. For a few months, I've wanted to try making some cookie run characters of my own. And you know what sounds fun right about now? In this video, I took the idea of cookies modeled after things you shouldn't eat, brainstormed ideas way worse than what devs would actually put in their games, and brought these freaky little guys to life. It's my favorite time of video time, ramble time, where I ramble. I look at bullet points and I say whatever I want. Side note, when I say inedible, I mean memes. At least that's what this started out as. You can't eat memes. Self-explanatory. Got that? Good. We are already starting off with a banger. Here's how I got to that. In a server I'm in, we have this inside joke where there's this gif of a guy smoking a pine cone, and we send that sometimes. Man, I really don't explain it in the bullet points. So also it's a Pokemon server and also
Pine cone.
Oh man.
Yes.
I will also say yes.
Will?
This could just be a straight no because it's a pine cone. But
I'm gonna say yes, you should eat this.
Yes.
Yes!
Pine cones.
It's
They're my
just-
favorite. They're my favorite. Delicious. That's good to eat. But
I
don't let
love
me
a good-
open them all up. Oh no. Here, you have some.
fucking smoking it. We joke about how we're like on the pine cone path. There's two things that combined in my head. First one's pine cone cookie for obvious reasons, and the other thing is that meme. I looked it up. It started with Mario, but I most often think of Ralph's Day. The image of characters standing like that. It's like characters smoking a fat blunt. I already mentioned the meme, but I do love that the first thing I did with this drawing and in turn this video is draw the pose in that cookie run style. I once again found tutorials on the internet somewhere in a very non-distinct red website. That's how I got the proportions pretty good because I wanted to like what they do, they put motifs. So the first thing I thought of to put a blunt in this design is a skirt. It like tapers out, so I wanted to put that. What I didn't account for is that in conjunction with like everything else, I accidentally made kind of like a princess, and because of that, I was struggling with what to put on the arms. You'll see that in the speed paint. I was like, this shit looks like a princess. Okay, gloves. There's gloves now, and that really hasn't changed. I mean, it's fine, I guess. Because of this, I noticed that Cookie Run, it's not just like what it's literally made of, but it's that plus like their role in the story. But I have no story. I'm just doing this whole video for shits and giggles. It's literally like my lore. I have no lore. I've never had lore. This one, I had to do the most concepts for. I had to piece it all together, kind of. And also, I gave her fangs. I don't know why. It fit the vibe. They work, I feel. I like them. They're very silly. Also, this is the only one where I put like a little extra concept-y doodle on the side. I find it really funny. But if I showed you an image of like the final concept sheet, the final drawing on the final page, you could literally trace my thought process. I put this one first because this is the first one I did, but I feel as though I would vote this, the concept, this design, the least likely to be put in an actual Cookie Run game. They all have backstories, by the way. I'll let you know that. It all started when I was in a voice call with two of my friends, and one of them was in a Dandy's World lobby of all places. And someone, I need you to follow along here. Someone in my friend's lobby asked the lobby, guess my favorite cookie. Probably Cookie Run cookie. I think that's what they're referring to. I wasn't there. I don't have the message, but you know what I mean. I would like to mention that my friend specified this was a pebble, said uranium cookie, and I'm like, okay, I have to steal this. I just have to. And so I did. It's right here. To get inspiration, I of course Googled uranium, and the first thing I got was rocks. So I'm like, okay, miner. This cookie yearns for the mines. I kept with that for a little while. Maybe if I kept going, I could have made something I really like. So I just was not vibing with it, you know? So I was like, okay. I showed my friends, I'm not too happy with this. How do I improve? And then one of my friends suggested making them, and I quote, a glorpy alien. And so that's what I did, you know? Uranium's a bright, unnatural green. Aliens are stereotypically an unnatural green. Come on, why the hell not? So I did that. Once again, shouting out the undescript red pinning things app. I've been saving a lot of art tutorials as well. That's how I was able to do both the glowy bits, and they're jelly now. I turned them into jelly, and so I did the jelly bits as well with tutorial. That's also how I have like these new screens, and I could put the text in, the bows and the clovers, and that's how I did it. The hairstyle, I was struggling with it. I wanted to like allude to the Rocky, because like I wanted the hairstyle to at least be giving rocks, because I did the favorite bangs. I like the bangs. My favorite hairstyle out of the ones I was doing was like these two large buns, but as you'll see very soon, I already have that, so I couldn't. So I just came up with like the zigzaggy pigtails, and you know, it looks cool. That's all I need. I'm not being the most serious character designer person in the world. That's just a little guy. Alright, number 3. Burger King foot. This one comes from a Tanuki Lab video, and they were guessing, like this one, putting the thumbnail on screen. They're guessing Cookie Run characters. Oh, I didn't introduce this one.
Cough drop cookie? Wait, that's funny.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to just draw Chris and Kappa coughing.
And you just didn't do any of the answers?
I forgot because I was having too much fun drawing.
I forgot.
I lose to a guy that's forgetting to answer with a cry.
Cough drop. Guess which one they guessed. Guess what this name. The cough. I put timer on screen. Yeah, he saw Black Sapphire Cookie.
Let the f***ing record show.
Again with the theming thing, I made this one. A nurse also, like, yeah, this is like straying a little bit from the memes. I don't remember if there was a joke besides, oh, that Black Sapphire Cookie.
I wanted to just draw Chris and Kappa coughing.
I had a list of like all my ideas. I sent it to like a VC with like 2 people, and they told me which ones they liked the most and which ones they thought were the funniest. I'll get to that later. That's relevant later. Someone said, oh, that one's funny. I'm like, okay, that one's funny. I'm doing it. I had like 10 plus ideas, and I really didn't know what I wanted to do, so that's why I got all these. Okay, so not gonna lie, I probably could have made her purple because, again, the Black Sapphire Cookie thing. But whenever I think cough drops, I think red. But also there's like these yellow ones, and also I might have had a purple one before. Anyway, I did make a purple version for funsies. Oh my god, it's a shiny! Also, there's another red and white cookie later on, but it's fine. I think they look distinct enough. On the hair thing from earlier, very first thing I locked in about the design, even before I drew her, I knew the cough drops themselves, they had to be buns. So I did that, and yeah, it works. Also, I definitely took some creative liberties. There's no way a nurse has like a skirt and sleeves like that. That's not believable. But you know what? I like having fun. Can you blame me? Remember how I mentioned that VC before? This is where it's relevant. Like I said, I sent them my list. But then like they just started brainstorming, and like, damn, some of these way too good. I was literally like writing down everything. When Website Cookie was suggested, I was like, dude, you're too clever. It works too well. But I can't not do that. But then everything made sense when I watched one of his videos. This one is a fucking anomaly to me. I actually, all I did, right, I just drew like a bunch of like internet-y like motifs I could pick and choose from in my design, and then I just like made it work. No, actually, that's literally all I did. I actually don't know. And like the colors, somehow the colors on my first pass just kind of looked good. How is this cohesive? There's like a few good ideas in there, like the transparent texture tights, the mouse torso and shoes. Do not ask me how I got to the website pop-up eyes, because like, ooh, damn. And everything just worked. Like, dude, that was crazy. Why did I write in my notes? This is like when I'm playing Peek with friends. Also a theory on why it looks good in my head. There's like a lot of blues and there's a lot of grays. Also, all the other little accent colors are used at least once. Back to the Tanuki Lab video. At this point I had 4 and I wanted one more, so I went back to some of my ideas, and then I picked this one because the name is funny.
Did all you send, is it just
No
a name?
way.
Is that all you sent?
Wait on.
Wimbledon tennis celebration fun time cookie?
No, for those who don't know, during tennis season when it's Wimbledon, it's normal to watch the match, watch Federer, see what's going on, and have a bit of strawberries and cream. As I had that thought, I was like, you know what? Let me get an image. That'll help prove my point.
That's what I'm working with here. Guess what he was guessing for? If you a little bit of time,
This is Pavlova cookie.
So like this was on the night I colored Website Cookie, and I got this done within like not half, but if it was like an hour 30 and then 30, I got it done in a third of the time as like that one, and even Website Cookie did quicker than all the other cookies. That was crazy feeling. I literally did it one night. I was like, dude, I'm procrastinating. I should stop procrastinating. And then boom, done. I love drawing, guys. I did miss the opportunity to put like tennis motifs, but orange cookie exists, so it's fine. Once again, though, the thing is, I did fall into the trap of making it's just another cute dress. Can you blame me? It's strawberries and it's cream. Okay, once I drew like that skirt, I had to. Also, another design element I like, it's like, see that bowl in that image? I put it on her head and then the hair is kind of like cream spilling out. Thank you so much for watching. If you're returning, thank you for sticking around the channel for 2 months. In between uploads, I've joined Art Fight. I've met a ton of cool people and fellow art YouTubers. And sneak peek, you're at the end of the video. I even made 2 collab parts, both drawn and edited. So like, this is my first thing for myself in a while. I've improved so much on both the drawing and editing front. I was just watching my most recent video, and the amount of times I was yelling at myself to put more B-roll is crazy. Wait, I'm good at it.